Welcome back, Fragrance Fiend here, and today I tried the brand new Lavender 31 by Labo, which just came out today. It's an aromatic fragrance with an eau de parfum concentration, as all Labos do, which they describe to have for this one a regressive classic style. Their description of it is as follows. Lavender, perhaps you conjured up an image of your grandmother's wallpapered bathroom, with a bar of purple soap sitting next to the sink, or an old-fashioned barbershop with whiffs of lavender mixed with an oak moss floating in the air. In true Labo form, Lavender 31 knocks all preconceived notions of lavender on its head. Its bergamot and neroli essential oils give it a fresh lift off to reveal a lavender of the greatest purity, giving the creation verticality and richness. Its foundation is pure Labo, ambery, dirty, and musky notes, blended with notes of tonka to give the perfume a regressive classic style that is both clean and dirty, recognizable yet truly unique. Nope, this isn't the lavender you thought you knew. Welcome to a new reality. So this is actually their first worldwide release since 2021 with the March of 26. So the notes, as mentioned earlier, have bergamot and neroli in the top, obviously lavender in the heart, with amber, musk, and tonka bean in the base. But how do they develop? So it's not really a true first impression video, as I did smell it in the store today, but I feel in this case I'm able to give a bit more of an accurate description if I have smelt it prior to this little refresher. And even now it smells different to how I remember it smelling it this morning. So it opens up super clean and fresh, almost reminiscent of like fresh laundry. There's definitely more neroli in it than there is bergamot. I usually prefer it the other way around, but in this case it does work. It's far from heavy or claustrophobic, it's just really light, fresh and airy. The musk, however, does creep in very fast. Almost in conjunction with the lavender, they combine really naturally, and this isn't really your typical lavender scent either. I definitely wouldn't compare it to Tom Ford Lavender Extreme or Casa Futura by Casmarati. This is definitely in a bit of a style of its own. Definitely starting to get a tiny bit more dirty now as it dries down. I'm not getting any tonka yet, and I don't recall smelling it earlier today either. From what I remembered when it dried down, it didn't even get that sweet. It did keep a bit of a musky lavendery scent to it, which is quite genderless, maybe leaning a tiny bit more to the feminine side. But nevertheless, I didn't not like it at any point. In fact, it did get compliments throughout the day. And that was actually long after I was even able to detect it on myself. It actually kind of reminds me of how Rose 31 is built. A lot of people expect it to smell like a very old lady rose type scent, whereas really it's a bit more of a masculine woody scent. Whereas this isn't really your grandmother's lavender. And I also actually have Labo's Styling Concrete, which is a scent I cannot get enough of. It pretty much has the same notes in this fragrance with the addition of violet as well. And after I run this through my hair, I cannot stop smelling my fingers. So I was super excited to see a release which potentially smelled like that Styling Concrete, but unfortunately it's pretty different. Like with all Labo, I wouldn't really go in with any expectation to smelling this, like just expect to be unexpected in a way. And that's what I really appreciate the brand. Like even a lot of them I didn't really gravitate to immediately. It took me a little while to actually appreciate some of them. So I really do respect the brand for the way they kind of create their fragrances and even market them as well. And I always appreciate how they throw a tiny bit of a curveball. You never really expect what you expect until you spray it on yourself. So now onto the performance. Judging from my one-time wear, other people were able to smell it around me after I stopped smelling it. So I was basically able to measure that it had pretty good projection and sillage. In terms of longevity, I went blind to it after about an hour and a half, but people smelt me still 6 hours into the day. So as mentioned earlier, lavender isn't really my thing, but I actually quite like this for a lavender scent. But do I like it in general? I do, but it's not something I'd typically lean to, considering I'm such a big fan of a lot of their other work. Nevertheless, I think it's a really cool release. I think this would have done really well as a candle and room spray as well. It's been such a long time since we've seen anything from the brand, so I kind of wanted something perhaps a little in my ballpark. But I can appreciate that this is something that a lot of other people will enjoy as well. In Australia, 15ml goes for $159, while 50ml goes for $369 and 100ml goes for $516. Overall, I like it. I don't really love it, but it is a good scent. And I'd definitely compliment someone if I was to smell this on someone else. It's definitely not an old-fashioned lavender scent or anything too modern. It's like a bit of a combination. But that's pretty much all I have to say on this scent for today, so thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.